Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the trade I had yesterday, and I'm going to be very fast about this. Probably this video should be around 8 minutes at most. It could pass, but 8 minutes. So the reason why I'm recording this video is so that I keep my records as usual. This channel is all about journaling. It's a journal basically, and I will absolutely do everything I can, like I said, to keep it short and simple, though the rest videos recently has not been short and simple. But I will do everything I can to keep it short and simple, get everybody to understand that this is just a journal, basically. A journal of how you either become profitable or how you become unprofitable, whatever it becomes, but it's just a journal of it. Now, analysis. I took a trade on GBPAUD yesterday. I made some profits. If it was a real account, it would be cool money. If it was, but it's a sim account, right? Basically, it's a sim account. So if you are out there, you're trying to journal, you're finding it difficult to journal, like I do. I have difficulties writing things. If you find it difficult to journal, you could join me on this journey. You could come down to the comment section and say, hey, I find it difficult to journal and I would love to learn how to do this stuff like you. You can open your own YouTube channel, you could open a Twitch channel, MySpace, name it, and record. But yeah, I am doing it. So this is my journal for today. Today is the 28th of December 2024. I took a trade yesterday, 27th, and I'm going to take you through the whole process as fast as possible. So process number one, fundamental analysis. I feel like there's way more in-depth in fundamental analysis than I can do. I went straight to the calendar. I did not know I was going to be trading GBPAUD. I went there to look for what to trade. I went to the calendar. It's December. You know, the market consolidates, market's closing, people are just going on holidays. Nothing was happening in the calendar. But the central bank interest rate is on forexfactory.com, and it's always there, updated whenever the central bank updates their interest rates. And right off here, we can see British pounds, US dollar, AUD are the top three. Euro, Swiss franc, and Japanese yen are the last three. So this is what I like to do. From all the things I've learned, the fastest way to get a trade is to pick the best performing currencies against the worst performing currencies and look to buy the best performing currencies and sell the worst performing currencies against every other currency. That is the technique I have learned over time. Now, judging from this, I see British pound is the best thing to buy as compared to any other currency in the market. So I'm focusing on British pound pairs. Now I head straight into marketmilk.babypips.com. Over here, this is literally my fundamental zone. Without looking at the charts, what should I even be looking at in the first place? This is where I do the whole view thing. This is what I expect the market to be doing. This is what I expect the market to do later in time. This is where I do it. It's not on the chart. It's on marketmilk.babypips.com, and I pray this website never goes out. But let's go. Market snapshots. Take notes, this has updated. It's been 24 hours plus since I took my trade, so a lot of the things here have updated. Some currencies have gone down, some have gone up. First thing is always the currency strength, and then the top gainers, top losers, volatility. And then there's something I'm going to show you today, a very beautiful secret sauce I like to use to trade. Currency strength. Well, already right off the bat, British pound is the strongest currency, but it is not really the strongest currency per se, because this is how it works. So I am looking at the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, it is the strongest. So I could switch this to other time frame and figure out that it might not be the strongest. You can see on the weekly, the USD is so close to it. And then on the 4 hours, let's go to the 4 hours, and you can see that on the 4 hours, the British pound is not even the strongest currency. So this is a real-time thing. It updates as the market goes on. The market is currently closed, but as of yesterday, the British pound was extremely bullish, like extremely bullish, so good. Now I already know that strength-wise, British pound is something I should really look out for. I already knew that from the Forex Factory. Next thing is marketmilk.babypips. British pound obviously has to be one of the strongest thing. But what do I trade against the British pound? That is my next question. I could simply say, okay, I should just take a look at the the British pounds pairs alone, which is I could come here and go for the GPB. Let's see, US GPB. Yep, GBP power trader. You could come here and just look at everything GPB, but I don't do that. What I do is I stay on the market snapshot, because on the market snapshot I can quickly see more than just GPB in case I need to switch. So what I do next is I go for specifically currency strength, and currency strength I hardly use the meter. I love to use the chart. The chart tells me this. I am looking out for British pounds. On what time frame? Now the time frames I look at here are the time frames I like to trade on. The 4 hours, the 1 hour, the 4 hours, the daily, the weekly. So I start with the highest one, the weekly. What's British pound doing on the weekly against every other currency, and what currency do I pick up against it? But funny thing is, when I looked at this chart yesterday, I noticed something. The British pounds and the USD have been way up for so long. Also, the Japanese yen and the New Zealand dollar have been down for so long. This simply means those 4 pairs have been already rolling in a trend. Their trend has started long ago and they are going in that direction. So they will most likely hit a stop, or they will just continue in that trend. So if you're joining into that trade, you need to be careful. Now I say to myself, I do not want to jump into a trend that has started a long time ago. I want to jump into a trend that just started recently. And if you look at this chart, I put up JPY, I look at New Zealand dollar, and I look at AUD. You can see AUD is the 3rd worst thing. It just fell below Canadian dollar, meaning it is a new emerging trend. So I'm looking at GBP AUD, and USD has been way up also. So USD, GBP AUD. These are the 3 things I'm looking at for. On the weekly, which is my highest time frame. Then I go into the daily time frame to observe. Is it really slacking down, or is it just like over the long time? Or is it beginning to bring a new trend? Is it going back up? So the daily, I see it is still going down. Not the worst as of yesterday, but it was going down. And on the 4 hours, it was the 3rd worst and heading down fast. So automatically I have a pair, 2 pairs basically. USD and AUD, that's AUD USD, and then GBP AUD. I had 2 pairs to look out for. Instantly I jump into my currency heat map. Now this is my most loved analysis spot. This is where I get to really grab my view on a currency. Now this is the thing, the 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours daily, it has changed, because between yesterday and today there has been a lot of 15 minutes, a lot of 1 hours, a lot of 4 hours, and a huge 1 day candle. The 1 week also might have changed a little bit, because last week ended yesterday. So basically the only thing that is constant here is the monthly and the yearly. Looking at the monthly and yearly, you can see clearly GPB is extremely bullish, the AUD is extremely bearish, and the USD is extremely bullish. Now these are the markets that I would love to dump into. Now let's head straight into the trade analysis. Now we're in the chart analysis. What made me enter this trade? Now British pound is stronger. Base currency, it means I should buy. If it was the reference currency, it means I should short. Base being the base currency on the monthly. Oh, hold on, my internet is quite slow, so give me a second to get something else online. Okay, sorry about that. We had a network glitch, small network glitch. Let's head back into it. On the monthly, what did I see? I'm trailing for GBP AUD and AUD USD. If I find a chance on the first one, I don't bother looking at the second one. If I don't find a chance on the first one, then I go to the second one and then try to look for a chance. If I don't find a chance on both, I go back and restart the analysis. You all know my trading style is that of Ayo Johnson, where we're trading for the current candles to be covered. The first candle here is the monthly. So putting up the monthly analysis on the chart, we'll see this. I'll put this up on full screen. Now we'll find this happening, right? We'll find that what candle is supposed to be covered next. On the monthly, I see a monthly target upwards as a bullish market. So I'm seeing a bullish tendency on the monthly. On the weekly, I can't find a fair value gap. So therefore, I need to go for somewhere to find the fair value gap. I go into the weekly, and on the weekly, what did we see? We find all of this analysis. So in the weekly, we find ourselves heading towards this direction. Actually, we're heading for this direction here, right here. This direction right here is what we're heading for in the weekly. But I decided to take it up a notch, not because I just felt like there was a reason. So the fair value gap tells me we've taken out the swing point. This is not even the swing point yet. You get it? This was not a swing point yet. So obviously this was the bullish target. The weekly, we're heading for the weekly range here, and I found a fair value gap. Now the thing is this, because I found the fair value gap, I was hoping for a downtrend, that is a bearish move. But knowing that the British pound is bullish right now, it means it bounced off something, and I can't find what is bouncing off right now. So I'd go down to the daily. Let's put up the daily analysis. So on the daily, I found this fair value gap that was mitigated and finally taken off. So what do I do next? I look for an entry. I'm looking for a sharp turn or other flows heading in a certain direction. Other flows meaning I'm looking for short-term highs and short-term lows that are being respected. If short-term lows are respected, then it's a bullish market. If short-term highs are respected, it is a bearish market. In this case, it's supposed to be a bullish market, so I'm looking for short-term lows to be heavily respected. Order flow, 4 hours, an order flow. My order flow here does not have a fair value gap, no fair value gap, no fair value gap. This is the fair value gap. It came out after I had taken a trade anyway, but this is the fair value gap, and it just came out recently. So this is the first order flow. I cannot use this order flow basically, so I go down to the 1 hour, which is the last place I'm supposed to look for a sharp turn. Sharp turn did not occur on 20th, but it occurred right here. So I'll put up the 1 hour. You can see the first sharp turn here, fair value gap in, fair value gap out. And then after that, we could see every single you see the short-term lows and intermediate term lows. You see the short-term low holding. Price does not trade below this. Another sharp turn, price does not trade below this, creating a short-term low. At the same time, price does not go below this, and price is still respecting. So because of all of this analysis, right, my fundamental said buy British pound against AUD, and then the chart is giving me a good entry levels. There are chances to actually buy the GBPAUD. So what I do next is this. I go and I'm looking for my short term. After finding all the short term highs, short term lows, I instantly place my entry. Now there was something funny that happened yesterday. I saw a liquidity spot, which is supposed to make me fear. Now this liquidity spot, I call it main liquidity spot, is actually an intermediate term high. So if price is moving accurately, it's supposed to create highs, intermediate term lows, and then take out the intermediate term high, go up, create a new low, and then go up. So it has created a short-term low, took out the intermediate term high. It hasn't even taken it out when I entered the trade. I just entered the trade saying, looking at what the market is saying, the fundamentals and everything, it's definitely supposed to go higher. So I just entered the trade. Entered the trade right here, as you can see. I'll put up the opening position. So this is where I entered the trade for me to show you guys. So this is the GBPAUD trade at 4:35 a.m. That was if I should put this in the 15 minutes time frame, that was around here, around here, 4:35, around here. Yes, so around here was when I entered the market, right here. So I'm supposed to actually adjust this a little bit backwards. Right here was where I entered the market, and then I entered the market and I came out 3:49 p.m. that's in the afternoon. So it went almost 12 hours of trading. Now it's a prop firm trial, right? And prop firm, there's something called drawdown that you need to be able to handle the risk that comes with drawdown. So I'm trading like it is a prop firm account. So what I did is I noticed after I entered the trade, you could see it went up, made me in profit, and then the drawdown started, went down, started going up. Now to mitigate all those drawdowns I've had, it means I have to cut out some profits whenever I get a level of profit. So as soon as I got to a certain percentage, when I got all the way to halfway between my stop loss and take profit, my entry and take profit, I cut out 75% of the trade. The trade was a 0.1 lot in size, so 75% would have been 0.075, but 0.075 does not exist, so I just removed 0.8 instead, which is this 0.8 that you can find right here, 0.8 lots, and currently we have 0.2 still running. So the drawdown that will come from 0.2 is far less than having any drawdown with my 0.1 lot size. So now this trade is running at this, and then because price has made a lot of positive move over the time, my stop loss can now be adjusted to fit this trade. So my stop loss, you can see my stop loss has now been adjusted to the 1 hour short-term low, just above the second short-term low. I'm supposed to not take it all the way up. It's supposed to be around here anyway, but the market is closed, so I can't actually modify this trade right now. So this is my trade for yesterday, and like I said, I'm going to be putting up my journal. So this is my journal. I made a new change to the journal yesterday. I added some calculated field. For my status of my trade, and then the style of the trade. So the calculated field of the style is that it determines if it's a day trade, a scalp trade, so it's either a day trade, scalp trade, or a swing trade, you know. So depending on how I enter the market, it does determine that. Also, I put up something for status, so I'm tired of actually writing the status of my trade if it was a loss or win, profit or loss. So what I did was I created a formula also for it. So if I put in the P&L, so if it's negative, it's loss, if it's positive, it's a profit. Then I journaled yesterday's trade. So my comment here says originally 0.1 but cut down due to risk management and drawdown protection. Duplicated this trade because of partial closing. So I closed partial 0.08, so I have 0.02 running, so I had to duplicate it and then leave the 0.02 running. You can see the 0.02 running currently. You can see the 0.02 running as it is right now, and it is still running. So whenever it closes, I'll be out of that trade. This one is the first trade was 11 hours of trading, and that was my trade for yesterday. I'm glad to see that I am making progress, real good progress. It's not easy to actually make this kind of progress in a week. I'll be having my trade analysis, my week analysis today, also probably today or tomorrow. I'll be doing a weekly analysis of how the week went and all that stuff. Yeah, you can see I'm filming in a different location today. I'm actually still at home at my parents' place, but I have this fear of filming on my bed. So what I did was I decided to conquer my fear by filming on my sister's bed. So it means when I get back to town, when I go back to town after the Christmas holidays, before the 9 to 5 starts again, like fully starts again, I'll try filming on my own bed and, you know, just go with it. But for today, this is the analysis of the last trade yesterday, and I hope you enjoyed the analysis. If you want to learn more analysis, feel free. If you took a trade, it doesn't matter if it's Forex, crypto, whatever, you could drop a comment below. Oh, this trade, if you want me to also look at, like, analyze the chart for you guys and all that stuff, maybe the higher time frame analysis, you could also drop it down in the comments. I would love to see your comments, and do well to like and subscribe to the channel if you like to watch my journals. And with this, I would say thank you for watching. Catch you all on another one. See ya. Peace.